Hello friends, today we are going to discuss result of Ketu in first house or ascendant or Lagna. So this is second video of the planets in first house series and we are going to discuss Ketu in this video. So Ketu in first house or Lagna. So if your chart has Ketu or it might be represented as KE in your Patrika is in ascendant or first house or Lagna, then this video is for you. This video will give you results of Ketu according to your chart when it's in the first house. So what is first house? Let's discuss that. So first house generally represents you, your personality, your complexion, the way you appear, your leadership skills, the way you think, your nature, your personality, your intellect, bodily health, and the pleasures you are gonna have in this life. So this is what the first house like. It's your head. Uh, Portion as well as your complete physique. What is Ketu? Let's discuss about Ketu. What actually Ketu is. So Ketu is a shadow planet, uh, and it's also known as south node of the moon. So the southern node of the moon, there is a imaginary axis which passes through moon, and the southern node of that axis is called Ketu, and northern node of the axis is called Rahu. So today we are discussing about Ketu. So Ketu is the south node of moon. It's malefic in nature because the results which it brings are generally very tough, rough, and karmic in nature. It's more of a punishment or a punishing in nature sometimes because they are sudden and they give a person lessons. That's why it's called malefic in nature. Brings out past karma. So Ketu is also known as a karmic planet. Wherever its position is, according to that, it will bring out some of the past karma, past life karma, and past life lessons in your life. It also shows area in which you are expert in past life. So according to the position, we can conclude that the person was expert in the area or had expertise in the area where Ketu is positioned in the chart, as well as he might have used the properties or the capacities of that house so much that the current life, in this current life, the atma, the jeev of the person is no longer interested in learning those areas because all the fulfillment and the saturation of the learning is already done for that area. Shows area in which you might not care about in current life. So because of that, because your atma or jeev is no longer interested in learning those areas where Ketu is positioned, it might show a lesser interest. It might show a detachment to the house where Ketu is positioned. That's why it brings out detachments as well as the past learnings which you have already learned and become expert in. Those learnings and the uh, come in your life during the period of Ketu or transit of Ketu, as well as because the interest is gone, the person is no longer interested. That's why there's a detachment. That person thinks, oh, I'm no longer interested in this. I don't know why, but I don't feel like any amount of interest in this area. That kind of feeling comes to the person from where the Ketu is positioned. Ketu is also known as Karka of Moksha because he is very comfortable in 12th sign pieces, mean sign, which is of Guru, and that's why Ketu is also like it brings out the past karmas as well as it brings out the path through which you can reach to your moksha, because what happens is it creates a detachment from the materialistic life, from the matters of the material world. That's why it can bring about moksha to that person also. if that person follows the path of Ketu's learning and teachings. Ketu can be pleased by praying to Lord Ganesha, as Lord Ganesha also has a elephant head. The god, according to the story, lost his head and then it was replaced by a head of elephant. And Ketu, in essence, in when it's idealized, it actually only a body. So Ketu is quite pleased when a person prays to Lord Ganesha. Ketu rules grey color, and torn clothes, used clothes are generally represented by Ketu. Grey colored clothes also are represented by Ketu, and sometimes when Ketu is not positioned well in the chart, astrologer might suggest like uh, please donate a cloth which you have worn earlier to a labor or a beggar, someone on the street. So, because Ketu represents used clothes. A good Ketu gives name and fame, and a bad Ketu can show you dirt. So, Ketu brings out sudden changes. It can take you to very big heights and give you name and fame. But if it's the position is bad, the position will be bad only when the past karmas are not good, and when that is the case, then this bad position will bring out sudden changes which will result in your fall. So result of Ketu in first house, what are the effects of Ketu when it's positioned in the first house? Person with Ketu in first house may get influenced by others. So what happens is Ketu is actually a body itself, it has no head. So the same scenario happens with the person. He might not be able to judge well. He might get influenced by others. He might be dominated by others. He might accept the teachings and learnings of others very easily. So that is something a person with the Ketu in first house should keep in mind. He should not get influenced by others very quickly. He should think through whatever uh, a, a person in front of him is trying to say, and think through it and then deduce that, okay, should I listen to him or not? Person might not care about how he looks. So what happens is Ketu brings out detachment from the position where it is. So when it's in the first house, which represents your own body and the way you look and behave, so person generally doesn't even care like how he's looking. He might like go in casual dress where a formal wear is required. He might not care what he's wearing to office and everything. So he becomes careless about the way he looks. Person might be daydreamer. So because Ketu doesn't have head of itself, like he tries to achieve the thinking and everything. And what happens is the person who has Ketu in his first house, because he's not able to get through all the ideas, get through a conclusion of what he wants, he always tries to find something and always tries to find like what actually he wants, because he's not able to decide that. So all of those thinking makes him a daydreamer. Person will have ability to dig in depth of any topic. So because he thinks through whatever comes to the mind, he listens to everyone, he's able to understand everyone's point. That's why what happens is a person can go into very depth of that topic and deduce some conclusions which are generally not seen by other people. He might get a lot of followers. So generally a leadership skill is found in Ketu people, because what happens is the person listens to each and everyone. He tries to understand position of each and everyone, ideas of each and everyone, tries to like reflect ideas, reflect on ideas from other parties. So because of that he is appreciated and sometimes gets a lot of followers, because they think that the person with Ketu in first house understands them, gets them, and that's why he gets a lot of followers. person will be able to understand others thinking pattern and behavior. So this is the above reason, like because of which he gets a lot of followers. He might not be interested in material world. So what happens is, because of the detachment with the way he looks and everything, he's not that much interested in the material pleasures also. He is also not interested in like buying very good stuff, or uh, getting into pleasures of life, and that's why he is no longer interested in the material world. Will have a dominant partner or spouse, because in the seventh house, when Ketu in first house, Rahu is positioned in the seventh house. So Rahu creates a dominant, because Rahu is the head, so it creates a dominant partner or a spouse, or whosoever is in partnership in the business will be a dominant person, will try to uh, pass all his ideas onto the Ketu person. Will have psychic abilities because of the Ketu's karmic nature as well as moksha nature, and his ability to grasp all the worldly senses. The person becomes a little bit psychic. His sixth sense becomes strong. He is able to get what is going on around him in nature as well as in a person's life. He might get the how a person is feeling, his behavior and everything, just by via looking at him. Creates detachment in marital life. So because a person of Ketu in first house is no longer interested in material life, it and the Ketu is looking at the seventh house, and where a dominant person is there, so it creates a friction of egoistic fight and a fluctuation in the relationship with the spouse. So because of that, there is a detachment with the spouse, there is a detachment and dryness in material life. We'll have multiple personalities. So what happens is, wherever Ketu is sitting, it creates a break in there. It creates multiple walls, you can say. Uh, so because of that, what happens is, person with this position of Ketu might have multiple personalities. He might be sometimes very active, sometimes very dull. He might sometimes be very extrovert and sometimes very introvert. Like he might have multiple, like the person who is spending some time with him might feel that, oh, sometimes he's like very energetic, he's very outwardly, he's very materialistic, and another time he has no energy, he is no longer interested in material pleasures and everything. So those kind of behavior fluctuations come to this person. Then aspects of Ketu. So Ketu has a normal seventh aspect as well as fifth and ninth special aspect. So seventh aspect from first house to the seventh house causes a struggles and detachment in marriage, as we saw in the previous slide. Because of the uh, detachment and no interest in the material world, uh, a person is no longer interested in keeping the spouse happy, keeping or giving all the worldly pleasures to the spouse, and this creates friction and detachment and struggles in the marriage. Then fifth aspect, which is the fifth house from the first house, it causes a practical relationship, a very dry relationship with the children, sometimes detachment also, and it may also create some sort of disrespect, bring out some sort of disrespect from the kids. Even the person will take care of the kids, he might take part in their learning and everything, but there might be a sort of disrespect, or the same sort of care might not be reflected by the children's if Ketu is in the first house. Then ninth aspect goes to the ninth house. So the person will question religious or other sort of learnings from the father or guru. So the ninth house is house of religion, is house of father, is house of learnings coming from guru. So all these things will be questioned by the person. The person will not uh, get all the lessons which are coming up from the father or guru as is. He might question them and then criticize them and then grasp them. We'll have to put some effort to get a good guru. So because of that, because it's creating a friction with the house of guru, religion and father, there might be a situation where a good guru or a good teacher uh, will will not come to a person's life. He will have to put in some effort, will get some struggles if he is really looking into uh, a good teacher or a guru. So, in all essence, Ketu is actually a karmic planet. It brings out karmic lessons from first house. So, a person keeping his karma in check, uh, doing good deeds, respecting elders, respecting gurus, and praying to the Lord Ganesha, uh, the bad effects or malefic effects of Ketu will be decreased. And if he has good karma, then the positive effects may even increase if he keeps his karma in check. So this was Ketu in first house or ascendant. Hope you guys like this video. Thank you very much.